Hey you guys, Crystal Grace here and welcome back to another pick a card reading, pick a crock plug in this case. So this one is all about people's thoughts of you today. We have pile 1, pile 2 and pile 3. Quick disclaimer while you're connecting with one of the crock plugs. If a reading or a message begins to put you on a downward spiral, please opt off of the reading and trust the fact that the reading has no messages for you today. So with that said, let's jump into it. Let's find out what people's thoughts are of you today. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. We do have the turtle, or those of you who picked the turtle. Turtles are very cute, especially the Australian sea turtles, if I don't say so myself. But, you know, turds. I'm dealt with a cat turd this morning, so just excuse me. But turtles, I don't know. I feel like they're kind of like a graceful animal, but I feel like they can be quite territorial and maybe aggressive. I just want to things about turtles. Like turtles move slowly. Well, a tortoise goes on land, a turtle, does not. I feel like chicken tonight. Sorry, my energy's all over the place. What characteristics? We'll get there. Hang on. Of a turtle is what we want to know. Look, even when you think about it, they've got a like soft inner body, but they've also got a very hard shell. So I kind of feel like for a lot of you have picked this pile, and even the fact that I'm connecting with your energy and I'm a little bit all over the place. So you guys could be going through a transitional period of your life right now where you kind of feel like life is all over the place. Like, your life is all over the place. Maybe you feel like it's one minute you feel like a certain way about a situation or a person, and then the next day you're like, I'm not sure if I want this, and you feel completely different. So one minute you want something, next minute you don't. I feel like you're very indecisive at this time. You could be showing signs or experiencing a lot of chaotic mess, or being really unorganized and not knowing what's next, what to do next is sort of what I feel. I feel confused in this energy, and that's not a negative thing, guys. You're not going to go through life just being prim and proper and organized all the time. Things are going to come up. Energy is going to come within us and disturb that planned, organized individual. So don't be disheartened if that does resonate. But you guys are very cute and you're very sweet, right? But I also feel like there could be something kind of chaotic happening at the moment that could be sort of impacting that beautiful nature that you have within. So we're gonna jump into it. We're gonna find out what star signs we have here. Let's do that. We have Gemini in the 3rd house. We have the 9th house, which is Libra energy. We have no, the 10th house. The 9th house is Sagittarius energy. The 7th house would be Libra energy. We have the moon, so Cancerian. We do have Capricorn, strong Capricorn placements here, very strong Capricorn because there is Saturn, and the 5th house, which is Leo. Okay, doesn't have to be. So I'm going to pop that over there, and we're just going to jump right into this. No reversals. Show me what people's thoughts are of pile number 1. Oof. Too many. not do this? All right. Wheel of Fortune, Five of Swords, Four of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, Nine of Cups. So overall, like, people's thoughts of you today is like, although you might be in some kind of turmoil in the mind, you know, it's quite overall quite positive here. People's thoughts of you today with the Wheel of Fortune, I would presume that you are somebody who is quite lucky. You are very, you're definitely somebody who's quite guided, like spiritually guided here as well. We have some cards sort of confirming that energy, like to see the Empress here and the Nine of Cups and even the Seven of Cups here. People's thoughts of you today is that you are somebody who you're somebody who's receiving everything that they want, right? You're somebody who has a lot of options. You're somebody who has a lot of abundance. You know, we have that doubly confirmed here with the Empress and the Nine of Cups. I definitely feel like people's thoughts of you at the moment is that you are quite blessed. Now, with the Wheel of Fortune, the Seven of Cups, the message I'm getting here is like people's thoughts of you today. We have all these different arms. You have many options. You have many options because you are the Empress, right? You are some kind of saint. I feel like people's thoughts of you today is you're very maternal and you're very giving and you're very loving. And because of that, like, you are being rewarded from the universe with a lot of abundance and a lot of options and a lot of choices. But I feel like people's thoughts there is that you're a person who is also going through a lot of conflict. You could be experiencing some kind of combative energies, maybe at work, maybe in your love life, right? Or at least this is what people are thinking. People could be thinking the reason why you are so lucky in love, or maybe like finally, maybe you're so lucky in, you know, certain areas of your life is because you are a person who's gone through a lot of challenges, right? A lot of trials and tribulations with the Five of Swords here. People could think you are a bit greedy here. That's the sort of vibe I'm getting with the Four of Pentacles. So just bear in mind, like, when we do these sorts of readings, guys, we're not like, we can't always guarantee there's going to be like, you know, oh, you know, pile one's like heaven sent. You are represented by the Empress here. Like, that is like the highest regard one could be seen as or thought of, so to speak, by other people. But the Four of Pentacles can also talk about, you know, maybe people think that you are quite materialistic here. Nine of Cups can kind of confirm that as well. Like, you're a person who wishes for a lot of abundance, but I also feel like if the Nine of Pentacles were here, I would really drive that message. There is something quite materialistic about you, but because it's the Nine of Cups here, I definitely feel called that people's thoughts of you today is you're somebody whose all their dreams and wishes seem to come true. You know, whatever you want, you will get. Whatever option you choose, you will get. Whatever path you take, it will always turn out to be very abundant and very spontaneous and very adventurous. Yeah, I just think people think you have a lot going on at this time, but it's highly positive. Some of you, people's thoughts of you could be the fact that you could be pregnant. You are on your way to being pregnant or maybe becoming a father. Look, because that confusion energy was popping up with the turtle, I can't help to think we do have the Five of Swords front and center here. So there could be a correlation there, like only you guys are going to know that. Let me know down in the comments if you feel, you know, like you want to express and get things off your chest on this channel. You know, I'm always open to that and want that if you want that. If you don't want to share, don't share. But yeah, it is a safe channel. If people come with their negative comments, I have no issues in responding back to them. But yeah, like, we do have a lightning sort of strike above the head. But see, she has like a lot of darkness in her eyes. Like, she has Actually, she has black eyeshadow on. I thought she had like black eyes. I was going to be like, whoa. But we do have people in the past here is how I feel like with these silhouettes in the background. So people's thoughts of you at this time is like, if you are fighting with anyone or arguing with anyone, I actually think that they are causing you a lot of inner conflict, a lot of mental conflict. So don't allow these people to think that, okay? Keep it moving. Like, is what I feel. Like with the Four of Pentacles, it's an energy that can talk about keeping our cards to our chest and not telling people things. So maybe stop telling people things is what I feel. That could apply as good advice for some of you. But yeah, like you've got money here is what I feel with the Four of Pentacles. Like you're, you know, my mind's on my money and my money's on my mind with the Four of Pentacles. Some people's thoughts of you is that you're very much money driven at this time. You could be chasing a very like high profile career for some of you, and I think that's great. Whatever keeps you happy. Now, for some of you, people could be thinking the Five of Swords and the Four of Pentacles is that you may have, you know, like your material interests could cause you conflict with others, like is what I feel here. So that won't apply to everyone, but just maybe a couple of you. But yeah, honestly, guys, overall, this is quite a positive reading. I don't really pick up on anything too negative, but that's where I'm going to leave it. Sending all my love and light to you. If you are looking for a personal reading, I do have some listings still over in my Etsy store at 50% off. If you come across this reading in another year or another day and those readings aren't on sale, yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, sending love and light to you. Bye. Pile number 2, welcome to your reading. So we have this little bird, and if I had to be brutally honest, it reminds me of the little blue Angry Bird. You know, if you've ever played Angry Birds, there is the 3 little blue birds. So when you tap the screen, he breaks off into 3. So that's what I'm going to go with. So I'm just writing down the timestamps because I know you guys get annoyed when I don't do that. So it's funny that we do have the Angry Bird here. Not that this is the Angry Bird, but it kind of gives me the impression based off that kind of tapping in is that you guys are the kind of people who because you go out of your way to not let people down and to always show up for them, and you're very organized, you're very mature, like, you know, you're very direct and straightforward. I'm picking up Queen of Swords energy here. You kind of, your expectations of others is just as high. I'm not saying it's high, but like what you put out is what you receive, what you expect to receive. And I feel like for a lot of you, you have finally come to that, like, you've finally come to that place in your life where if people aren't showing up for you the way that you show up for them, you're like, you will eradicate them from your path. Like you will not continue going down a path trying to pursue people who are not pursuing you in the right way, who are not showing up for you the same way, if that makes sense. So that's sort of what I'm picking up. But overall, like, you know, you're like, when you think about it, that bird turns into 3 birds. So, you know, you're a person who can multitask quite easily. You're a person who can juggle a lot all at once. Like if you've got 3 different friends who need your help, like they're coming under fire, you will be there. You will find a way to be there for all of them. So, you know, I'm tapping into an energy of you guys where it's like assertive, not aggressive, but assertive. And it's like, I don't have time for this because I've got to go over here and save lives. I feel like you're really busy at this time, and maybe for some of you, you're not quite busy at this time, but you will be. It's sort of like I'm picking up the message that things all happen at the same time for you guys. Nothing is spaced out. No events or situations are spaced out. It's like when something happens, it's all fucking happening. Like when it rains, it pours. That sort of vibe is what I'm picking up. So we have 8th house, so Scorpio. We've got Aries here, strong Aries with the 1st house. We have the Sun, which is Leo. North Node. We have Leo again. And we have the 3rd house, Gemini. Okay, so let's find out what people's thoughts are of you today. So we're not taking reversals. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Sometimes I take reversals, sometimes I don't. When I'm dealing with these sorts of high imagery cards, I like to just tap into the imagery. 2 sevens. We're going to do this. I don't know why I'm hissing like a snake. We will see. 10 of Wands. So there is that energy of carrying a lot, right? So some of you could be carrying a lot of other people's burdens at this time. This is what could be the main energy of people's thoughts of you today. Like you're somebody who has a lot of burdens on their back. It could be from other people. Based off that energy with the bird, there could be people's thoughts of you today is like you're a person who will take on other people's problems, right? And it does bring you a lot of happiness with the Sun here. Like you're somebody who can strategically help others, you know, figure out a new path for themselves here with the 2 sevens, the 7 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles. We have the Chariot and the High Priestess. So even the Chariot and the 10 of Wands shares a similar energy in the sense of overcoming obstacles, trials and tribulations. Oh, pretty cat. So yeah, I definitely feel like there is a heavy emphasis on you guys in regards to people's thoughts of you today regarding some kind of trials and tribulations or challenges that you are overcoming or helping others overcome. Because like when you look at this 7 of Swords, right? There's nothing sneaky or anything going on here that I feel that is sneaky. If anything, there is a sense of control going on here. Like I look at this hand and she's controlling the 7 swords, which is strategy, right? So I'm not picking up like people's thoughts of you is like in the toxic manner of the 7 of swords. There's, again, no imagery here depicting some lying, cheating loser. So I just want to reiterate that because I feel like some of you know tarot. So when you've seen that, that might have created some kind of like concern within you. Do not sit on the cards. Thank you. Good girl. See? Plenty of space for you to knock all the cards over there off. So yeah. You know, 10 of Wands, the more I look at this, like some people might think you bend over for people who don't deserve you, like is what I feel. I definitely feel like people's thoughts of you with the 10 of Wands is like you will bend over backwards for people, although she's bending forward, but you carry a lot of burdens for other people. Some people could think you would be more happier if you weren't carrying burdens for other people, if you weren't trying to strategize on how other people can get ahead in life. Like the 7 of Pentacles talks about putting in the work, spending time and money and energy into something to see, to reap the rewards of it later. So I feel like people are definitely seeing you as somebody that they can, or their thoughts of is you're somebody that people can go to in order for them to achieve their happiness. So just be mindful. You might have some people around you who could use you for this energy. You may make people jealous as well, like, and the people who get jealous are the people who are around those who you help or that you choose to help. Is sort of what I'm picking up here. There is a very much dark and light energy within you. People know that you are the High Priestess here. People's thoughts of you is you're somebody who is highly intuitive. You're somebody who's spiritually connected and not to be messed with. You know, she's holding quite a large ball of energy there within the moon. You may do moon magic, or at least people think you work heavily with the moon. Yeah, there's definitely obviously a witchy vibe here. And I think a lot of people's thoughts of you is, you know, you're able to help people strategize and get ahead in life and overcome their trials and tribulations and choose a better path for themselves because you are spiritually connected. You're obviously psychic here, and I think a lot of people's thoughts of you today is like you carry other people's burdens because you can, and you carry them because you know you have the knowledge within, you have higher wisdom to be able to help them strategize a new plan to get out of their current situation, you know, definitely to find they're happy. Now, let's get off that energy. I think on the basis of these cards, like some of you, people's thoughts of you is you're somebody who has a lot on their plate. You're juggling a lot, and we sort of picked up on that energy also with the bird energy. But you don't allow your burdens to affect your happy energy is what I feel people's thoughts are with the sun. I think people's thoughts of you with the sun is very high vibrational pile too. Like I think people think of you as somebody who reminds them of happier times. Like you've brought a lot of happiness to people's world, and this is what people's thoughts of you are today. With the Seven of Swords, I feel like people's thoughts of you is you're somebody who is very strategic in life. You're somebody who's always, finding out hidden information before you make a move, before you make an investment in something. You're very smart. You're very intuitive. So you're not a person who's always acting from a spiritual place or an intuitive place. You're a person who's always acting from a practical place, a realistic place. So you know how like witchy woo-woos can have like the bad reputation of just being off with the fairies and just listening to their guides. You're not thought of like that. You're definitely thought of somebody who is still very 3D, who's still very practical, very reliable with the Seven of Pentacles. You're a person who's a pragmatist. Like you'll do the work in order to get the outcome. Like you're not a person who sits around maybe wishing upon a moon or a candle. You actually get out there and get your hands dirty. At least this is what people's thoughts are of you. I think with the Seven of Swords and that strategic energy, people's thoughts of you is you've always got a plan up your sleeve. Like you always know how to get out of a tricky situation. You always know how to make money. You always know how to turn something sour into something sweet is what I'm hearing, which is fantastic information or of a thought about you. But yeah, just trying to think if there's anything else here. I just think you're very courageous with the Chariot. At least this is what people think of you. Maybe you take very courageous risks here with the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. But I feel like people think of you as somebody who is constantly reaping the rewards and benefits from their strategic nature. You're somebody who kind of moves in this life with certainty and confidence that what you invest your time and energy in, when you put your plans to action, you're able to trust that easily with the High Priestess because you know there's going to be rewards from it. Even when you know something's going to be hard, I think people's thoughts of you is like you will still go down a path that you have strategically planned, even though you know it's going to be have a lot of burdens, because you know there's going to be a fruitful outcome. At least this is what people think of you. So I'm interested if you guys want to elaborate on that in the comments. Please do if you feel comfortable. It is a safe space on this channel. I am got 50% off readings at this time. If you do cross paths with this at a different period, just check it out. Sometimes I do sales, other times I don't. Just depends what's happening in my life. But yeah, sending much love and light to you, and I hope that message found you well. Bye. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. So the duck goes quack, 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 quack. Oh, I'm also hearing the wheels on the bus go round and round. So I don't know if some of you have been hanging out with kids a lot or maybe, there is a desire to have a baby, something like that. I also feel like you are working on something quite vigorously. I think something has definitely got your attention at this time. When I think about ducks, you know, they have a tendency when they move in single file. So some of you could be in the army for some reason. I'm getting that energy, which is hey. So, you know, people who go to the army and services, like, you know, they learn a lot of skills, you know, like skills that can be applied to everyday life. Some of you may like to take baths a lot. You like to spend a lot of time around ponds, lakes. Oh, nice save, sweetie. So we have Taurus, strong Taurus. We have Virgo. South Node. Strong Virgo again. 5th house, which is Leo. Mercury is Gemini, and Virgo. So strong Virgo, Taurus, Leo, and Gemini. Let's find out, hey? Let's find out what people's thoughts are of pile number 3. So we're not doing reversals today. We're just going to connect. What a beautiful death card. Ooh, la la la. Yeah, we're going to connect with the imagery. Wow, guys, this is some really big energy here. What do we got? Wow, 2 aces. 5 of Pentacles. She has a band-aid on her leg and ankle. So an ankle bandage. So we have 5 of Pentacles, the Death, the Ace of Cups, 6 of Wands, 4 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. People's thoughts of you today. I feel, right, with the 5 of Pentacles is that people's thoughts of you is you're somebody who is kind of, I say this like, I feel like there's 2 kinds of messy, like scenarios going on here. The first one is like with the 5 of Pentacles here, the thoughts of you is like you're somebody who's very much bruised and battered. You're a person who's gone through a lot of hardships, financial hardships, romantic hardships, family hardships. Like some of you could be coming, like you could come from low socioeconomical families, working class, middle class, like even, you know, upper class, you know, those families also have their own hardships, right? But I feel like for a lot of you, people's thoughts of you is you're somebody who has endured a lot of hardships. And for others of you, the other scenarios, you are currently going through a hardship. Okay. So I'm sending all my love and light to you if that does resonate. But either way, I feel like with the Death card coming up here, like your hardships always work out for the better for you. You have this tendency to transform yourself when you have faced some kind of hardship is a lot of people's thoughts of you. Whatever scenario matches your situation depicted up in that 5 of Pentacles. A lot of people think of you today as somebody who always transforms their darkness into light. You always leave a situation that does not serve you for the better. You become a better person after every hardship you endure is what I feel. And I also feel with the Ace of Cups here, people's thoughts of you is like, it doesn't matter how many things end for you. New beginnings always come and you always walk towards those new beginnings with a heart wide open. And this leads to a lot of like people very much, seeing you somebody who makes you quite popular is what I feel. I feel like for a lot of you, you have a lot to say, you have a lot to share here with the Six of Wands. You know, you're somebody who is thought of quite a lot here. I think you're thought of as somebody who is quite loved in the public eye. So some of you could be on a platform like YouTube, or like maybe it's just through work and things like that. But I feel like people's thoughts of you today is like all of your transformations have made you a better person. You've been able to take endings and turn it into maybe monetary value. Either way, I feel like with the Six of Wands here, people's thoughts of you is your loving and giving nature, like you're very emotionally balanced, has brought you a lot of victory in this life, right? You have a lot of abundance here with the Ace of Pentacles. We'll get to the Four of Cups soon, but I definitely feel like with the Six of Wands, you know, she looks very much like a rock star. You know, is it the fact that people's thoughts of you with the Five of Pentacles and the Six of Wands is like, you know, you are bruised and battered, but that has brought you a lot of fame. Like, it could be the fact that people's thoughts of you could be the fact that you put on a front, but in fact, on the inside, like, you could be having a complete meltdown, but you don't allow that to affect your life. You don't allow that to affect like making money, helping others is sort of the vibe I'm picking up with the Six of Wands. You're like a fake it kind of make it kind of person is what I feel like people's thoughts are of you today. You're very giving, okay? You're very giving emotionally and maybe monetary as well here with the Ace of Pentacles. I think people think of you as somebody who likes to share. They could think of you as somebody who has faced a lot of hardships in their life because you are too giving, you are too sharing. Like people may think of you as somebody that the reason why you are bruised and battered, the reason why you have faced so many hardships is because you put too much trust in people, okay, is what I feel. Maybe with the Six of Wands here, there could be a bit of a thought there that the reason why you know, still do this is because you know it brings you some kind of popularity. So take that as it resonates. It's not a triggering thing. That's just a message coming through. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if that energy is coming from this Four of Cups because, you know, people think of you at the moment is that you're not accepting anything at this time because you already got Four Cups going. So some of you, this is 4 people maybe on the burn or 3 people on the burn. I think people's thoughts of you today is like maybe you go through a lot of hardships because you don't know how to pick a certain person when it comes to your romantic suitors. I also feel with the Four of Cups is like you're a person who maybe monogamy is not right for you. Like you are chasing some kind of fame here or some kind of popularity, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to chase fame, you chase it all the way to the moon. If that's your dream, that's your dream, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, fame isn't for everyone, and then fame is definitely for people as well. But the Four of Cups is like, it's not impressing her. Like, I feel like people's thoughts of you, pile 3, is like, because you are in this like very high vibrational energy, like you're very sought after with the Six of Wands. Like people, you're very selective with who you allow into your life as well. But I don't think it's your life, your romantic life. I think with the 2 aces here, you're happily to talk to anyone. I think people's thoughts of you is like, it's not that you lead people on, but because you are so loving and giving, people's thoughts of you is like you misguide people in regards to your interest in them. And it's not until they sort of offer their cup of love to you that they realize you're just their friend. So I think people's thoughts of you is like that you make them think you're into them when you're not. But what I'm picking up is because you're such a down-to-earth, genuine person, you're just a friendly person. You're happy, like you just want to keep things moving. You like to go out and have fun. And that's not your fault that people take your kindness for some kind of romantic interest. If anything, that's fucked on their behalf, because does that mean one should walk around being rude and mean just so people don't think you're into them? Not at all, not at all. And that's the kind of vibe I'm getting. So I feel like you have a lot of people around you who might view you as somebody who goes through a lot of hardships in your romantic life because you don't pick them, okay? So you may have a lot of bitter people around you who are in your past, or somebody that you've kind of like, what's that word? Like you've sort of just sat and waited. You didn't really take action towards them. But I don't think you didn't take action towards them, pile 3, because you were never interested in the first place. Yeah, I just feel like you may have a lot of sour puss people who wanted to be a part of your romantic world, but that is not the case here. Yeah, look, the Ace of Pentacles thoughts of you, I would have to say, have something to do with your level of abundance. I think people think of you as somebody who's, yeah, again, very generous, very giving, but you're somebody who's on the path to a lot of financial success here. If you've started some kind of business venture, people's thoughts about this is that it is very successful. If it's not successful yet, it will be. But yeah, I personally think you have some people around you who might have a bit of a bitter taste in their mouth because you're not spending time and energy on them. You're spending time and energy on other things, people that sort of like serve your highest good. But yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That's all I really feel like I'm getting here, guys. I'm gonna leave it there. If you are looking for a personal read, I do have 50% off at the moment on my Etsy store. The description link is in the link is in the description box. But yeah, if you cross paths with this video and the sale isn't on, you can always check back. They happen every now and then, depending what's happening in my life. But yeah, sending much love and light to you at this time. Keep doing you, and yeah, definitely up that protection from these negative Nancys. Sending much love and light. Bye.